Shalom Aleichem, everybody. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. You don't need me to tell you what's going on in the Holy Land. I'm sure you've heard. Or if you haven't, well, good for you. You've probably been learning Torah and haven't been paying attention to the news. So Baruch Hashem. But there's a lot going on. We see that Iran, foolishly launched an attack on the Holy Land of Israel. And with the grace of God, of course, by the grace of God, out of these 500 missiles, drones / projectiles launched towards us, 99% were intercepted, and there were no casualties. With the help of the Lord, there was one injury, but no people were passed away by the grace of God. Now the obvious question, of course, is what now, right? We saw what happened. We saw what Iran's doing. The question is now, what now? Well, a few things. There's the spiritual aspect, there's the military aspect, and there's the political aspect. I'm going to focus mainly on the spiritual aspect, but I will gently go through the other aspects. Militarily, there will be a response. Israel will respond. If God forbid the Mashiach doesn't come immediately, there will be a response. Israel made this clear, and I think anyone with any logic in their mind recognizes that this has to be done. Even though the US tells Israel, take the win, guys, take the win. You intercepted everything, take the win, don't respond. What kind of advice is that? Somebody launches 500 missiles at your country, 500 projectiles at your country, and because you were successful in defending these projectiles, you're not going to respond? That is, I don't want to go into that, but Israel will respond, definitely, because they will respond swiftly and very aggressively. The question is to what extent. That's been discussed. I could give my own personal opinion on how they should respond, but that's not really necessary, and it will probably be a lot of details and will take most of the time of this video, which I don't want to focus on. But I will say in short, they should definitely respond. And I had a discussion with a close family member today. We were debating kind of what was going on, how they should respond, and I made it clear they have to respond. And the person I was discussing with was asking, but now there's going to be peace and quiet. Why respond and escalate even more? And I said, if you don't respond, you're trading off a few moments of quiet for a lot of problems in the future. Iran must see that Israel will respond. If Israel doesn't respond, it will actually embolden Iran, and it's a false assumption that Iran saying their attack is over, being met with Israel not responding, will bring peace. That's a very false idea, in my humble opinion, because that assumes that the Iranians think like the Western world, where compromise brings peace, whereas in the Middle East, my dear brothers and sisters, it's really just the exact opposite. The more weakness one shows, the more emboldened the other side is to confront them. But of course, we know the main point of this video is that Israel has God, and God is fighting for us. Surely we saw it yesterday, we saw great miracles, that 500 projectiles were launched at the land of Israel, and we didn't really experience something like this before, I have to say. I've lived in the Holy Land for quite some time now. We've had attacks, we've had alerts, we've had to run to bomb shelters, and so on and so forth. But an event, a nationwide event, a launch like this, I haven't seen. It was a great time for people to come together. Of course, we were praying, but it was a great spiritual time to come together in prayer and to beseech the Lord to pray to God to bring us a redemption, which He surely did. But now, what will be? I believe Israel will respond, and Israel has the upper hand, and it's clear Iran does not want a war, but they want a proxy war, and Israel must make it clear to them that they will not plan to attack Israel. As the Rebbe says, the Holy Rebbe says, the best defense is offense. So Israel will definitely respond, but we pray that the Mashiach comes immediately, and that the Mashiach will come. There won't be a need for a response at all. So we pray that the Mashiach comes immediately, and that we should be redeemed, and that anything else short of the coming Mashiach will be a disappointment. But we know there will be a response. We know things are interesting. The question is how to what extent the response will be, and the other question is to what extent will Iran respond to that. And the political aspect, well, America is trying to convince Israel not to respond, take the win, but it doesn't work like that. If you're attacked, If someone tries to punch you in the face and you block it, and you're going to say, oh, I blocked it, I'm not going to punch them back, well, good for you, but that's foolish, if you ask me. Anyways, God bless you. May God bring the Mashiach. May we be fully redeemed immediately. And may we experience true goodness and peace on earth. Thank you. We'll have updates to come. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help support us below.